What's good? You too. It's your boy J Ross, JR the Star, back with another video. And today we just gonna get right into it, y'all. First off, I really want to say appreciate y'all for the support on our last few videos on Martin Luther King Day. We back. Appreciate the support that we received on that. But we just gonna get right into business day. I'm coming to you here to offer, my thoughts, my comments, and concerns on what I'm sure you all have seen by now on yet another tragic killing by ICE agents in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Now, I took a couple days, I think it's been maybe a day or two since this incident has happened because I wanted to see as much footage as I can from my POV, as well as give time to kind of see what's been going on and what's been said. But the first thing we're going to do is get into some footage. Okay, boom. So early in the video, you can see where they just pushed down the woman. This guy has nothing in his hand, and right here you can see he's getting pepper sprayed. He's getting pepper sprayed in the eye. He's getting pepper sprayed in the face as the guy's turning over trying to help the woman that was just pushed by the other agents. This video footage here seems to be from a bystander that was sitting in the car right in front of the incident. And you can see they're still pepper spraying the guy. Still spraying the guy, forcing him on the ground. Looks like the guy here is trying to help the lady and pick her up. You see, he's trying to help the lady. He's trying to help the lady and pick her up. The agents grabbing him, still spraying, and now they got him around the neck.
What is your advice to the people right now who are outraged that this is a second killing at the hands of Border Patrol in 2 weeks?
As Christy said, you cannot bring a firearm loaded with multiple magazines to any sort of protest that you want. It's that simple. You don't have that right to break the law and incite violence. We will, of course, always protect your First Amendment speech. And if you peacefully protest, there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. But you have seen a trend here, not just in Minnesota, but across the country, in these protests turning into violent scenarios and people attacking law enforcement. That's when you go over the line, and that's when law enforcement steps in.
That is FBI Director Kash Patel, if y'all don't know it. Now, real quickly, he said you cannot show up to any protest with a loaded firearm trying to incite violence. Well, that's clearly incorrect because we see the infamous Kyle Rittenhouse here, who showed up to a protest with a loaded firearm as well as shot multiple people and was acquitted on all 5 felony charges. So indeed, you can show up to a protest with a loaded firearm because this guy just did it not that long ago. Secondly, we protect the First Amendment, right? Well, what about the Second Amendment? Is now all of a sudden the Trump administration and the right and MAGA forgetting about the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms? I'm confused here. Is it just depending on who is doing what or when it fits the agenda? This doesn't make sense. But let's pull up some more clips here and let's see if this guy was inciting violence and attacking an ICE agent. Let's see what else we got. Now, let's keep in mind here that the official statement from the Department of Homeland Security is that the victim was trying to harm the ICE agents with a firearm. Let's see what happened. Okay, we see the ICE agent going with an empty hand. All right, looks like you got 4 agents on top of the guy. Struggle continues. You see agent begin to beat the guy multiple times. And there it is. Look at that. The gun is in hand. The victim has been disarmed. The victim has been disarmed at this moment. And I think it's going to pause one more time. Again, the victim has been disarmed and the threat is gone. And we know what happens next. And I wanted to add these pictures here to show that the agent disarmed the victim from multiple shots, multiple angles, that the victim was disarmed prior to being shot. Prior to being shot, the victim was disarmed. It's tough, y'all, to go through that footage, man. It really is, man. Such a tragic and sad situation. Now, what we do know about the victim, y'all, is that the victim was an American citizen. I repeat, y'all, the victim was an American citizen, not an undocumented immigrant, not an illegal alien, not somebody from illegally here from any other country. He was a legal United States citizen that also had the legal right to possess a firearm. Again, legal United States citizen, man. And it's so sad, man. It's really sad. What we know about the victim, his name was Alex Pretty, and he worked in healthcare, y'all. He worked for the Veteran Affairs at the medical center in Minneapolis, Minnesota. He worked in the ICU to help veterans, people that served the country, y'all, get better, man. It's so sad that he ended up being a victim to this tragedy at the hands of ICE, at the hand of the Department of Homeland Security in his own country, man. It's so sad, man, and it's absolutely inexcusable. It's absolutely inexcusable, and I condemn what happened. I can't stand for that. Being silent is almost accepting what's going on. Not speaking up, not looking out for your neighbor, not standing up for the people that's next to you is almost agreeing with the actions that's going on. Just because you close your phone or go on a social media break does not stop these things from happening. They're still happening. And another thing too, y'all, and I know I just said this quote on another video. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Just because you don't live in Minneapolis, just because you don't live in Minnesota, just because this is not your family who have been hurt in this tragedy does not mean that this does not affect you. These people, ICE agents, the Department of Homeland Security, could be in your state. They could be in your city next, y'all. It is important to keep an eye on what's going on, y'all. Just because it's not by you don't mean that it affects you. And I know, it's real easy just to get on social media and try to filter the content and, oh, I don't want to see it, I don't want to watch it, but that's not gonna stop it from happening, y'all. So I challenge y'all to stay in the loop, y'all, of what's going on. Look out for your neighbor and stand up for what is right. That right there is not right, man. It's one thing to arrest somebody, if they was doing something wrong, but we are killing citizens. We are killing citizens from the Department of Homeland Security that we thought, y'all, that ICE was designed to, deport illegal immigrants, etc., whatnot. But in the last 2 weeks, we have saw two United States citizens from the state of Minneapolis, or from the state of Minnesota, in the city of Minneapolis, killed by their own government, by ICE officials, by the Department of Homeland Security. What's going on is sad, and I had to let y'all know. Y'all know what we stand for on the Star Lounge. My thoughts are my thoughts, and my views are my views. And I'm going to always speak up for what is right. And I'm also going to call out wrong what is wrong. What I saw from my POV was wrong, and that man should still be alive. That man worked for he worked to help American citizens. He worked to help veterans. He worked for the Veteran Affairs, and he was killed by ICE, man. It's so sad, man. It's so sad. This is my call to action, y'all. Keep an eye on what's going on out here. Just because you don't live in Minnesota don't mean that this don't affect you. We'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.